I'm Jim.
And I'm Frank.
And I'm Jerry.
And this is the JFJ Conspiracy Podcast, where the shop talk is rock, episode
Woo-wee.
106.
Wow.
Yeah. We got some fantastic new music for you today on
Mm-hmm.
today's episode. We're going to talk about Michael Schenker Group, the debut, and
Yes.
it's Jerry's pick for a classic album.
Got it?
You got it? Okay. That's
Yep.
good. I know I asked you earlier, there's not a mail call on your end, Jim.
No mail call this week.
I wanted to share
Did
one
I buy
thing.
something? I think I got something en route.
Okay. I picked this up not long ago and I forgot to keep forgetting to share it. And you may be familiar with it, Jim. Halo Friendlies. And this is a power pop punk girl group. And this particular CD was produced by none other than Miss Kim Shattuck.
Oh,
And
Oh,
that's what got me interested in it. And she did an awesome job. The sound on this is great. It's called Halo Friendlies is the band, and the CD is Get Real. And this is pretty old. This is like 97, 98, somewhere around that time. I 2002.
I don't think I know that one.
Made a liar out of me. 2002. But
yeah. The years
they're
go by. Yeah.
they're no longer together. They all kind of, I guess, got some solo stuff going on. But check it out. It's some good music.
I will check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same here.
Hey, I was going to ask you guys, did you watch the Super Bowl yesterday?
Did
Yep.
The game itself, I liked what I saw. Competitive. It wasn't a blowout.
it wasn't a blowout. That was
No.
great.
It was a good game. I was in and out. I didn't sit and watch the whole thing, only because I'm not invested in either team one way or the other.
Right.
Same here.
Uh,
If my team's not in it, I'll
Yeah,
watch it.
it's
But
just
yeah,
not the
I'm
same.
gonna-
And
No.
it's funny what's different with that. The World Series, you got 7 game possible series. And even if you don't like the teams, you can still get interested in how it's playing out. But when you
Yeah.
have one game again with two teams you're not really into,
For all the marbles.
yeah. A lot of commercials. And I was, from what I saw, there was some, funny commercials and all that kind of stuff. And that's always a big part of the Super Bowl is the commercials, right? Yeah.
I didn't see anything that I thought was particularly great this time around.
Well, it's funny is Cindy and I were sitting there watching it. They had one talking about they're starting up a women's flag football league. The NFL is actually starting it up.
Right.
That particular commercial, I laughed because there's a girl running and she's sprinting through the streets and everyone's trying to get her flags. She gets into
Is that the one where she's in the kitchen with her mom and
yes, and then
all of a
the
sudden
mother,
mom's trying to get her? I couldn't
Right.
figure out what was going on with that commercial. I thought
Yeah.
that little bit of it was kind of funny though.
yeah.
She's ducking around mom and runs out the door.
I chuckled at that because old mom's going after the flag. That was great. And there was a Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez commercial. He was working at a Dunkin' Donuts or something, and that was humorous. But the commercial that pissed me off, and I had seen it before the Super Bowl, so I was already riled up. But you know what I'm talking about.
I do know
Yes.
the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Don't use the term rock star. Okay. Now,
Unless you're with one. If there's one standing next to you, you can say that.
now, here we
They
are
clarified
growing
for
up,
me.
and you gave somebody, you told me you're a rock star. That was like the highest compliment you could give somebody,
Yeah.
right? Especially being music lovers that we are. You're a freaking rock star. And then we have old Bozo the Clown, Paul Stanley,
Aged.
saying, "Oh, don't you're a rock star," and he's spitting and shitting on his own fans. I can't put it any other way. We had Billy Idol talking about trashing hotel rooms in 43 countries. Well, Billy, that hasn't been popular since Keith Moon and The Who and Led Zeppelin did it back in the 70s and 80s. Since then, it wasn't cool when Motley did it or anybody else.
No, I mean, there's no point, right? You're not
No.
going to live up to. You're not going to out Keith Moon.
No. And I get the irony with Joan Jett saying, I've been on the road since I'm 16. She's a runaway. Big deal.
Oh, I didn't get that one.
She's mid-level rock star, in all sense of the word.
Yeah,
I just saw her face and like, what the hell?
Right. Then you have Ozzy Osbourne, who probably didn't even know he was making a commercial, but Sharon told him to do it.
Right.
But
Just say this.
She told him to put on that shirt and tie too.
Right.
I think Ozzy was actually the highlight.
He was.
I would
Unfortunately,
agree. I would agree.
Unfortunately. But here we have Paul Stanley, who, if you really think about it, has not done one thing original or innovative in over 25 years. He's been doing the same shtick for 25. He's a mime. He's Marcel Marceau at this point. He's not even singing.
Oh, that's going in the Wayback Machine,
Well,
Frank.
And yet,
all right,
he gets the title of rock star. That's fine. But how, again, do they believe this stuff in this commercial, or were they just taking a paycheck? What do you think?
Check.
Yeah. Well, this is what I say to both of them. I don't, all of them, all four of them, I'm done with them.
Although I will say this. I remember reading, was an article review. Somebody called Joan Jett the last real rock star.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, I've seen her live on a few occasions. She gives 100% every
I agree.
show. 100, maybe 110% every show. She never phones it in.
No, but I'm sorry. It's just,
It's okay. It's Frank's rant.
yeah.
No, it's okay.
It's all I rant. Yeah.
Anyways,
get it off your chest. Yeah.
I remember reading maybe about the time Van Halen 2 came out. I remember reading an article with Eddie Van Halen, and he said, I never want to be called that.
mm-hmm.
I never want to be called a rock star. I'm a musician.
Right.
I don't want anybody calling me a rock star. You could tell him that had like really negative connotations.
Yeah.
And after looking at everybody in that video,
exactly.
that commercial, there you go.
Yeah.
And I know that we have so many friends who love Kiss, and
I do too.
Once upon a time, I did. They're nothing but their fans are. It's a cult now. Is all it is. That's all I'm saying. Because the only reason they're getting new fans,
you gotta stay out of those Kiss group chats, Frank.
You know what it is? It's Paul Stanley. I have decided, just because of him, I don't want anything to do with this, from this end of the road that it's never ending, and this BS of not even singing anymore. And even Doc McGee is admitting, oh, he's singing the tracks. Well, yeah, but he's not turning the mic on. Maybe he's singing, but we're listening to 1978, 1980, maybe 2000. Paul, we're not listening to.
He seemed pretty live when I saw him.
Yeah. Now, you haven't listened lately.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I saw him on this tour,
but see,
I'm gonna tell you, he was a little pitchy.
Yeah,
it wasn't perfect.
All I know, this when we saw him on the same tour, certain songs sounded exactly the same as they did the time before. That because some songs are not him at all. They are him. There's not him live. But
yeah, well, I mean, it may have progressed during the tour too.
Oh yeah,
right? I mean,
he's 70 plus years old, but
right.
Have some integrity and take a hike. That's all I'm saying. Don't keep saying I'm a rock star. I deserve this, and you're not even. Like I said, you're Marcel Marceau. You are just a mime, is all you are at this time, wearing the same stupid white clown makeup. So
you are on a rant tonight.
Yeah, I was coming down.
Hey, Hyman, we gotta be good to him tonight, because he is.
Hey, listen. Hey, brother, deep breath.
Yeah, yeah.
Come down.
Know what?
Come down.
The funniest part about this is, I wasn't sitting there when that commercial came on. I was probably on the treadmill or doing something, and then I went back to watch the game, and I told Cindy, "Has that commercial come on yet?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, I'm glad you weren't in here."
even she knows.
Oh yeah,
Frank's head's ready to explode.
That's it.
Yeah. Anyways, so let us know what you feel in the
excuse me,
in the comments section. You can disagree with me all you want, and that's perfectly fine. I don't mind, but let us know how you feel.
I'll tell you what I find interesting is as soon as the halftime show was over, I had to go scan Facebook to see who was writing the terrible reviews, right? And it wasn't, it was only a handful of people that even mentioned it. And I thought, oh, very interesting.
Don't you think at this point, though, most people understand that the halftime show is lip synced? There's no live music to it.
Oh yeah.
But the person performing it shouldn't just mail it in. They should at least try to look like they're lip syncing it. She wasn't even doing that.
Well, it was a little funny. I was sitting next to my mom. We went over to my mom's to watch the game, and she said, "Well, how come she can hear her voice and she's not even holding the microphone up to her mouth?" I said, "Well, that's the background vocals." But she did the background vocals too. So she would sing a line and then the background would kick in, but it's her.
Yeah. No, she was more interested in showing off her belly and letting everybody know she's pregnant than anything else.
Which is surprising. She's standing on top of a high wire act.
As high as that was, yeah.
That tripped me out.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
If you're with but if you're with child, you don't do that.
Yeah.
You ever been on a boom lift, Jerry?
No, and I've never been pregnant. But I know if I was pregnant, I wouldn't go up there. Yeah, hanging from 4 wires.
Yeah, I was impressed at how high up. I was like, oh, she's got to have a harness on or something, right?
Yeah.
I can let
something
her out.
Yeah,
right. I didn't see anything. That was the weird thing about it.
That was scary.
I thought it was visually interesting. The red with the white.
It was colorful.
I don't like her music.
You know what?
I don't know it. No.
She's got a great voice. The songs that I've heard, fantastic voice. But I said she just mailed it in.
Where's my money?
It's not even about money.
I think that was one of the songs. Where's my money? I better get paid. Something like that.
Maybe.
Oh, could be.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. My blood pressure's come down now. Yeah. I think
I hope so.
All right. I know you got some new music for us, Jerry. Let's talk about it.
Oh, yes, sir, I do, Jim and Frank. We covered them, Frank and Jaime, thank you. We covered them on episode 38, folks, out in Conspiracy Land. But the name of the band is Stepping Sideways. They're an artist out of New Orleans, and this is an album that's soon to be released. The name of the album is Edge of the Sky, and the tune Frank's going to spin is Edge of the Sky. And the short bio. A conceptual hard rock band from New Orleans. Their story is presented through massive atmospheric sound as well as epic storytelling. During their individual musical careers, Stepping Sideways features members who have played and or worked with bands such as Days Shell, Misfortune, Sun and Flesh, and more. We've got Kader Al-Harimi on vocals, Joey Vasaka on guitars and vocals, and thank you, Joey, for emailing us back and give us info. We got Josh Talazzo on guitars and vocals, and Matt Eichner on bass, and PJ Hoosman on drums and percussion. And again, Stepping Sideways is the artist from New Orleans, and all social media is steppingsidewaysband.com. And again, the tune Frank's going to spin is Edge of the Sky from the album of the same name, soon to be released.
Of the sky, the secret
All right, there's Edge of the Sky.
Woo!
What a song. And the band Stepping Sideways. And the reason Jerry is presenting this band on this episode is on episode 38, I butchered their names so bad that I didn't even want to attempt it. I'm serious.
And Frank and Jim, may I do this? That's Kader Al Harimi, Joey Vasatka, Josh Talazal, Matt Eichner, and PJ Hoosman.
You probably nailed
Stepping
it.
Sideways. Well, I Googled two of them. How do you pronounce this?
Oh, very good.
And it says certain letters, you pronounce this. So
I really enjoyed that. What, Jim, what do you think?
Yeah, that's heavy stuff.
I think it's really
delicious.
Really well done. It's got a nice contemporary sound. It's
man.
I thought the layout of the song was really good. The composition was nice. It's very well produced.
Smooth.
Should be on the radio.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Now, I'll give an apology to them right now because they reached out to me and said, "Hey, we listened. You had us on episode 38, and it appears you guys have really stepped up your game on your podcast."
That was Joey Pasatka. Yeah, he goes, "It appears you're stepping up your." Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Now he's going to tune in and listen to me rant about Paul Stanley. I said, "Well, maybe not." So
yeah, well, that's But thank you, Joey. Thank you, Joey. Yeah.
Such a clean recording was
that's
so
heavy.
much going on.
I love that. That's beautiful. That's just.
I think atmospheric was a good way to.
Absolutely.
Right. I love that part.
Yeah. And the song wasn't too long because
massive atmospheric sound.
With all that going on, that's a song that could have been 5, 6, 7 minutes long. You know, the way it was.
Man,
perfectly down.
That could go.
Yeah. Really enjoyed that. All right. Well,
but keeping it between 3 and 4 minutes is always a good idea.
Right, Jaime? Stepping Sideways from New Orleans. Yeah.
There you go. Check them out.
And thank you again, Joey. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move ahead. Classic album time. The Michael Schenker Group. The debut. Gary Barden played vocals on this. Sang vocals on this.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this. Like I said, it had a very dated production sound.
Yeah.
You know, but it was guitars, amps, and let it rip.
That's it.
I'll tell you what, there were a lot of moments when I was listening to it, and like that tone of his sounds like classic UFO right there, man.
I was going to say, and there's a couple tunes on here. I forget which one it is now.
But that sound very UFO.
UFO and Scorpions too, with the opening.
I marked the one, Frank, that sounds like the Scorpions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put it in red ink. Scorpions.
The influences are definitely there.
Yeah.
The original album, again, produced by Roger Glover. It had Don Airy playing keyboards on it.
Yes.
There's another edition that came out years later, a reissue of this that has the demos that had Billy Sheehan playing bass on it.
Yeah.
Posey Powell, just a who's who of people that stepped in and played on some of these songs. But
interestingly, if you look at the liner notes of Strangers in the Night, there's a little thing in there that says, special thanks to Billy Sheehan.
Right. Like what?
And I thought I'd heard something like Pete Way had gone like AWOL for like a day or two, and Billy like filled in, I think.
Yeah. Wow. Pete Way played on this as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And it's funny you say that. If you look at the Wikipedia on it, there's just a laundry list of people that played, helped him out, and got everything ready.
I was gonna go back and look because when I was listening to it, I thought, like, man, the bass playing on this is just off the hook.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I was like thinking, I got to go back and look at who played bass on this.
Yeah.
And well, if you say Billy Sheehan, then I would say, yeah, it's very makes a lot of sense.
Well, the session musicians, Mo Foster played bass on the actual album. Don Airy played the keyboards, and Simon Phillips played the drums.
No kidding, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Simon Phillips, good drummer.
Exactly. Yeah. So, anyways, 9 great tunes. I hope you guys really gave it a listen and picked a good song.
Brought back a lot of memories.
Oh yeah. I don't know that you guys will get this or not, but let's see. My favorite song, Victim of Illusion.
Oh,
Yeah. Look at Jerry. His Jerrytron is warmed up and feeling mighty saucy tonight. And as he's banging his head, what song did you pick for me, Jerry?
Let me fire it up.
yeah.
Illusion. Very good.
As soon as I heard it, Frank, I go, yep.
Got that driving sound. Jim, what'd you say?
Well, I talked myself out of that one and said Into the Arena,
Very good.
which has got a great riff too.
Yeah. Um, I'm not real big on some of the other tunes. There's a couple instrumentals and everything. They're good, but I loved the vocals and the song structures on these things. So, Jerry, what song was your favorite on this album?
Right out of the gate, Armed and Ready.
How did I know? Yeah.
Just love that. And oh yeah. About that
Nice.
long in, I go, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. And Jim,
yeah.
go ahead.
Well, I was
For
going to
Jerry,
say,
I said Tales of Mystery.
Oh,
It was
okay.
a little more poppy, and it had that little Beatles reference in there. I thought, oh, Jerry's gonna totally pick
Excuse
up
me.
on that.
yeah.
Yeah, very good.
What's funny is I have Into the Arena as honorable mention.
There you go.
Oh.
Just saying.
Another good tune.
Yeah.
Jim, I tell you what, before you even get started, Bayou Pleasurette, what I was going to pick for you because it was only 2 minutes and 20 seconds, but
I thought that too, Frank.
Not a bad guess.
yeah, but I
No.
didn't go with that.
Right.
But
Neither did I.
what song did you pick, Jim?
Oh, Armed and Ready.
You too, huh?
Oh yeah, right off the bat. I remember hearing that the minute that album came out, we listened to it, and I was like, yes.
Yeah. I figured it would be Feels Like a Good Thing.
Oh,
Another rocker.
yeah.
So, Jerry, you obviously picked Armed and Ready for Jim.
Yeah.
Got 'em
Good
both.
show.
Batting 1,000. That's good. Turn that down
I
now.
go, you can't pick the same song for yourself and Jim. I was like, yeah, I can.
You
Sure
do
you
whatever
can.
you want.
There's no
That's
rules.
right.
It's a free
That's
country.
right. We're on 106, folks, on Conspiracy Land. I can do what I want.
That's right. No, that was pretty
Anyway,
darn good.
great album. Yeah.
Yeah, and it charted pretty
Wow.
good. I forget, like it was number 8 in the UK. It sold good. But then he ended up joining up with Robin McCauley. Is that his name? Robin McCauley?
Robin McCauley. I think
Yeah.
that was probably their better selling stuff.
Well, he was doing the songwriting then at that, the lyrics.
MTV era.
Yeah. It was that big poofy hair that I couldn't get over, I think, at that time.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah,
everybody
was
had that
interesting looking guy.
Yeah. Excellent singer.
Yeah.
Excellent
Oh
singer.
yeah. Great voice.
But as we know, Michael Schenker has had issues throughout all of his career through hunger strikes and drug addiction and fights with his brother and everything else.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
All
Yeah.
right, so Jerry, you're going to have the classic pick for episode 107. Hold on to that right now.
I shall.
And we'll revisit that in just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, when I'm searching for bands and doing all kinds of stuff, some bands just jump out at me and I love them right out of the gate. And this one might be a little surprising to you because it's a power trio that goes from funk to punk and everything in between. They play electric banjo. It's fascinating to listen to. The band itself is called Duncan and the Dragonslayers. And the EP is called Slay. And the song I'm going to play for you is called Suzanne. And the reason I picked this particular song on the 5-song EP is this is the shortest song. Every song could have been on this episode because they are all so good. These guys are out of Ventura. You can check them out online. They play live. They're just almost had that Presidents of the United States of America vibe.
Oh, you got me there. Yeah.
I knew it. You'd like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anyways, Ian Duncan McFadden, he plays electric banjo, guitar, and sings. Corey Heiberg is the bass player and backing vocals, and Chris Jensen is the drummer. Now, the song Suzanne features a guitar on this particular track, and Ian wanted me to kind of let you guys know a buddy of his, Mark Whitey Wingland, buddies for a long time, and he had cancer. And before he passed away, he gave him his favorite Fender and said, "You need to play this. This guitar needs to be played." So he plays it almost every gig they do, I guess, but it's featured on this song called Suzanne.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a great story. Sad, but
Yeah,
great for the guitar. Anyways,
yes.
Here is Suzanne.
1, 2. Suzanne, I saw you standing there. Suzanne, I saw you standing there. Your dog sat on my foot, but I don't care. Suzanne, I saw you standing there. Give me some time, give me some time, give me some time. Suzanne, I saw you standing there. Suzanne, I saw you standing there. I waved at you from the window, but you don't care. Suzanne, I saw you standing there. One of these days you're gonna look in my eyes. That's when you're in for a big surprise. Your heart will go thumping and burst into flames. You come running to me and I'll be calling your name. Suzanne, one of these days you're gonna look in my eyes. That's when you're in for a big surprise. Your heart will go thumping and burst into flames. You come running to me and I'll be calling your name. Suzanne.
All right. Duncan and the
Hey.
Dragonslayers with Suzanne. Jim, what'd you think?
That was fun as heck.
Yes.
Yes.
I like that. That riff is so infectious.
Right?
I loved like that little transition into the solo, because he says Suzanne when it trails off right in, like as if he was like going into the chorus, but he goes into the solo right there, and then the bass comes up high on the neck. I love little transitions like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I thought it was, I thought that was fun. That's the kind of stuff that I love, like hearing live.
Right. Yes. And I think if I remember correctly, and I'll post their link to their website, it's on there, them playing that live.
Oh,
I
wow.
believe that's on there. They have 4 or 5 videos of just right up the road in Ventura, guys. I mean, they play all the time.
Road trip.
Yeah.
Trip.
Of course, I appreciate their brevity.
Yes, I
That
knew you
too.
would.
Yeah.
Jerry, what'd you
I
think?
didn't need any more. It was like the perfect length.
That's it. I liked it. Like Jaime said, the bass line was fantastic. I like that distortion or that fuzz or whatever. And and like you said, Frank, very Presidents like, but it was their own.
Yeah.
And very simple, very to the point. Let's get the verse, let's get the chorus, and then we're out of here.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. I love it. I love it. And if they're in Ventura, we need a roadie, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a road trip. Now
Now-
with the
now-
ladies.
Ian told me that the whole basis of that song was that he was talking to his wife, I guess, in the other room. The dog came in, sat on his foot. So that's the first line of the song. And then he decided to let's just make a song about pining over a woman, and of
There
course
you go.
she's gonna love me in the end. So,
You can't go wrong. Yeah, you can't go wrong.
great song. And like you said, a lot being said in a short amount of time. I
That's
love
it.
those kind of songs.
Same here. Yep.
Yeah. So anyways, they're on Bandcamp. Check them out. Duncan and the Dragonslayers.
Thank you, Ian.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, last episode we had a riff. I named that riff, and Jerry couldn't name that riff. Did
I
you ever
couldn't
figure
name
out?
it if no. The only one I ever got was April Wine.
I don't want to play the whole thing. I was actually embarrassed that you didn't get it, but
I'm
you know,
not.
did you
just-
figure it out there, Jim?
No,
No.
I listened to it a few times. It just was not ringing it for me.
How about Paradise by the Dashboard Light by Meatloaf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've heard that song. And,
Same here.
All
not a
right.
big Meatloaf guy. Sorry.
Yeah, but that song was just played and played and played.
That
Yeah.
was huge. Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually going to do Hot Patootie, but I figured you guys had heard that enough. You get that right off the bat from Rocky Horror. So
The problem with Paradise by the Dashboard Light, I think that song's like 12 minutes long or something, isn't it?
probably, I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
How? Come on, dude.
8:27.
Yeah, you can't expect me.
Yeah.
Can't expect me to get through that. Although
Okay.
that's at the beginning of the song, right?
Yeah,
So,
very
It
beginning.
is,
That's how it
but-
opens.
Yeah.
All right.
it's probably the minute I heard that riff is probably
All right. No
Change
yelling
that.
it out because you're both going to get this one. I figured you needed a layup.
I'll take one. Yeah.
Okay. Look at Jerry. He's sure he doesn't
I'm
know
just
it.
my brain is not wired like that. And I'm telling you, back in the day in the 70s when they'd have that show name that tune, I'd be like, you got to play it till the person starts singing, and then I might get it. I'm just not I'm not wired that way. I'm not
Yeah.
wired that way.
got to get through the chorus before I know what it is.
Yeah, I just couple notes. I'm like, no.
There are times where I'll have just one line of a song in my head. And like recently, I've had Raised by the Wolves and He Grew Up Wild. I had that in my head and I could sing it. I almost had the melody. I couldn't get it. 2 weeks. I'm brushing my teeth. Hey, Raised by the Wolves and He Grew Up Wild. Finally,
Here it
it's
comes. Yeah.
It's a Wasp song. Yeah. Mean Man. You go check out the whole song and you'll hear those lyrics. That's the kind of stuff. Usually the riffs right off the beginning, I know the songs.
Yeah,
But,
we're at that age. I am.
yeah.
We are. Yeah. They're just yeah. But the same thing. I'll be taking the trash out or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's always 4 days later. It's
Well,
always 4 days later.
Before iTunes,
except for riffs.
before the iTunes and the internet, something was stuck in your head. You had to listen to the radio for like 5 days.
Yep.
Hope that they would play that song.
Hope they would play it. Yeah.
So, anyways. All right, let's move right along. And Jim, what do you have for us tonight?
Okay, so the band I have tonight is called The Morning Line. And they've got a brand new record out. Actually came out in November. So I'm a couple months late here. The name of the album is Scene. And let me pull up the
Seen as movie scene or seen as I've saw it.
it's
Movie
S
scene.
yes, movie scene.
Okay.
So this is their band's first album since 2019's North. It's very power pop. Same thing. Every song on this record is fantastic. There's only seven songs on the album. Sort of along the lines of Matthew Sweet, Velvet Crush, Elvis Costello, all bands I really like. Morning Line is Peter Kraft, David Knupp, or it could be Knoop, K-N-U-P-P.
Nope.
Knupp. Okay.
Double P.
Oh, okay. Brian Mello and Stephen Smith. And the name of the song is Looking Right at You. So go ahead and drop the needle in the groove, Frank.
Didn't know you'd done it. Got the whole world on your side. Didn't even try hard. It just came along in stride. After all we've won, it's time to lose. And when you say goodbye, we refuse. And everyone in town looking right at you, looking right at you. If you had an inkling, well, you never did confide. You chose all of your comrades with your conscience as a guide. The crown prince of the alley, baron of the park, should have led an empire, could have led us from the dark. After all we've won, it's time to lose. And when you say goodbye, can we refuse? Everyone in town, they're looking right at you. It's all on your account, they're looking right at you. There can't be any doubt, they're looking right at you. They're looking right at you. They've all come unwound, they're looking right at you. No one's eyes are down, they're looking right at you. There can't be any doubt, they're looking right at you. They're looking right at you. Looking right at you. Looking right at you.
All right, there's the morning line with looking right at you. Jerry, what are your thoughts?
Loved it. Love that bass line. Love acoustic guitars. Bridge was good. Backing vocals. Very well done. I
That was
like
a
that.
pretty mellow tune.
Yes. Good.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
What Jim, what were you saying? What do you think the influences that you heard?
Oh, I hear a little REM, little Matthew Sweet.
Right.
Just this is like to me, just beautiful songcraft.
Yeah.
So well done. Lyrics are
It-
great.
Yes. Just well
That's
done. Yeah.
yeah. I bet you the whole album would be something cool to listen to while you're outside in the backyard having a barbecue or something. Just
Oh yeah,
hearing that, mellow music. That's great.
it's all right along those lines. So
Very good. All right. Well, that is the morning line.
Red on Red Records.
There you go.
Go to the website,
Hey.
order it there. You can also get them on Bandcamp.
All right. Very good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I tell you, three very different bands. We had some atmospheric hard rock going all over the place. We had,
Atmospheric. Yeah. Massive atmospheric.
massive. And that was massive. And then we
It
had,
was massive atmospheric
Massive.
sounds. Yeah.
and we had some a fun tune by Duncan and the Dragonslayers,
That was
and then
good.
some mellow music. I just that's my headphone stuff. Just kind of kick back.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dug it.
What a show.
Thoughtful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, guys.
Well, next episode 107 is going to be Jerry's classic pick. So you spun your iTunes, and what comes up?
Well, I've had this pick. I think I was going to do it like 2 shows ago, and then I just self-edit. But I remember when this came out, and I'll have more intel on the show. But I remember for some reason, it's the sophomore album of this band. And for some reason, it was more obscure. It was harder for me to find. I didn't hear a lot of it on the radio, but it's still good. And same band members. And we're going to throw this out here, folks in Conspiracy Land.
Ace
Fraley's
Frehley.
Comet's second sighting. It's their second album from Fraley's Comet. And like I said, as I recall back in the day, it was, I don't know, it seemed more obscure. You know, it still rocks. Same band members, I'm almost positive. But like Fraley's Comet debut, I wore it on cassette. This was like, I don't know. Maybe I was getting older. I don't know. But it just seems more obscure.
I think,
and I don't know why. Yeah.
Issue at that time was
lawsuits
we've talked about this before. Ace wanted to be in a band, and the record company wanted Ace Frehley.
Right. And they got it after this album. Yeah.
Right.
They got Ace Frehley after this. Yeah.
And I think this was a little tugging and pulling and everything else until they got this album out of them. But it's good. Some good
Still
tunes.
good.
What
Still
came out
good.
after
I liked
this? Was it Trouble Walking?
I want to say that. I mean, absolutely.
I believe
Trouble
so.
Walking. Yeah.
And that's a fantastic album.
That's a
Trouble
good
Walking.
Oh
record.
boy, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Now, granted, it's Ace. None of his stuff is, going to be remembered like a Led Zeppelin album or something. But
no, but it's still,
it was good, fun music.
Sure.
Oh yeah. Like I said, that debut I wore out on cassette, guys.
Okay.
Oh,
right.
Wore it out. Yeah.
All right. Fraley's Comet, second sighting. Good.
Second sighting. Yeah.
Okay. Good pick.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah. Nice to revisit.
Besides that, Jerry, do you have anything you'd like to talk about before we get out of here?
Keep rocking, folks, out in Conspiracy Land. We just heard from Stepping Sideways, Duncan and the Dragonslayers, and the Morning Line. So it's out there, folks, out in Conspiracy Land. Good new music, good old music, good sounding music. It's still happening on the planet. Access is different these days, but go to Bandcamp, find these bands, all these rocking groups. But yeah, folks out in Conspiracy Land, if you've been with us this long, and we really appreciate it, we love you very much. But keep rocking, folks. Thank you very much.
All right. I feel like I blew my wad at the beginning of the show. So
you did. I'm surprised you're still awake.
I am going, I need a cigarette, but I'm going to go ahead and refrain from any further comment.
No, it's okay. You got it out.
Pass it on to Jim.
Yeah, you're gonna sleep like a baby tonight, bro.
You better believe it.
I just realized that during your rant, I sound like some kind of a Joan Jett sycophant, but
no,
I'm really not.
Okay. That's okay. No, it's all what it is, folks. That's what I love about you guys. That's what I love about this show. We can all throw it, and yeah, it's all good. It's all groovy. Yeah.
You go ahead, Jim. I got anything else?
Sorry.
Well, if you made it this far, smash the like button, subscribe, ring that notification bell. We'll slide gently into your DMs every 2 weeks or so.
Okay, check it out.
Here we go, Jaime. Here we go. No, he's not done.
This isn't about that.
Oh, okay.
This is something else. Speaking of Joan Jett.
Oh,
okay. I was also reading this last week about Cherie talking about, well, Lita and Joan need to get together and make a reunion happen with the Runaways. Why?
Excuse me. Well, on the same note, Ringo and Paul should get back together and do another Beatles album.
Would you go see it?
No. Not this stage of the game.
What if Jackie Fox was on bass?
It's a hard thing. They didn't have enough tunes for me to sit there and watch a Runaways show. Remember when they used to
to
play,
begin
their
with,
songs
yeah.
were a half hour, 45 minutes. They did a lot of cover tunes.
They did a
I
lot
don't-
of opening slots.
Yeah.
Yeah, open. Yeah,
And I don't want to see that at this point. Any band
there
get
is
together
something
after so much time. I don't want to see that anymore.
there is something intriguing in the back of my mind about it, though. I mean, look at us. We got back together after 38, 39 years, and
Well,
we're on top of the charts now.
Sure.
Well, we're something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Lita or Joe need a payday.
No.
Like anybody else would that was in the band. And everything has an expiration date, whether you're on top or you're on bottom. Everything has an expiration date, and the Runaways have expired. I'm sorry.
I think if they were going to do it, they should have done it right after the movie came out.
While the iron's hot.
Yeah.
But the movie wasn't great.
Mm-mm.
So
iron was warm.
I don't
But
know.
there's
Would I
that
go
little
see it?
that little
Maybe.
nugget. Yeah, there's
Depending
that
on
little
where they were
nugget.
playing.
Yeah.
Realistically, where are they gonna play clubs?
They'd have to play like larger
Theaters?
clubs,
Theaters.
Yeah. Yeah.
They couldn't do a stadium. I don't even
No.
want to say stadium. They couldn't do the Forum.
No.
I don't even
No.
think they could really do Long Beach.
No, they could do the Wiltern, things like that.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Theaters for performing arts type stuff. Yeah.
I just don't. There's just not enough.
But there's probably not enough money in that to make it
Make it-
worthwhile for all
No.
of them.
Exactly. Okay.
It is intriguing though. There's that little nugget in the back that's like,
Not while
I still want to get them all to sign my Live in Japan.
yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
That's
So you heard
that's
us
the only
right away.
thing, really.
Yeah.
Sign Jaime's album. Yeah.
But I pretty much can guarantee it's not going to happen while Kenny Laguna's alive. So
Lita basically said as much.
yeah.
Like
Wow.
there will not, as long as Kenny's in the mix, there will not be a Runaways.
He's got
Wow.
a spell on Joan Jett. I don't know what it is. And I was watching that one documentary they did on her not long ago.
Also
Yeah.
terrible.
Very terrible, but they're dynamic. Kenny and Joan.
It's really weird.
Scary almost. He's got a spell on her, and I don't get it.
Could be a Svengali type thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But to each his own. That's her business.
They
Anyway.
both seem a little passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And they're not married to each other, but they act like an old married couple.
Yeah.
and not in the best way.
No.
I don't talk to my wife like that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. No, you don't.
All right. Man, I'm tired.
But it's good to get it out.
If you say so.
It is
Well, I know so.
better out than in.
That's right.
All right, Jim, why don't you take us on home?
Shop is closed.
I didn't know. I read it today. Nuno Betancourt was playing air guitar in front of Rihanna there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Had it not been posted, I would have never known because he was only
I
on the
didn't know.
screen for about 5 seconds.
Yeah, and they posted some oldies too when they did that
Yeah.
Diddy stuff. They had Diane Lewis or whatever her name was
Yeah.
with that. I love you always, forever. You and me, we be
Yeah.
together. I love that song.